Sagala Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So we'll just start with first chapter, characteristics of pure devotional service. Now Samanya Bhakti is been described. Samanya Bhakti, last time we saw what is the features of Samanya Bhakti. Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadinavritam, Anukulyena Krishna, Anushilanam Bhakti Uttama, Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam, Tatparatvena Nirmalam, Rishikena Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. Two prime characteristics, two secondary characteristics. Anukulyena, Anushilanam, prime characteristics. Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadinavritam, secondary characteristics. Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. What is the meaning of that? Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Sarvopadi Tatparatvena Anukulyena, prime characteristics. Tatparatvena Nirmalam, Jnana Karmadinavritam, secondary characteristics. Then Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam, so that is prime characteristics, Anushilanam. So in this way, two prime and two secondary characteristics we have described. More about pure devotional service has been given. What is the general, what are the important features of bhakti that has been described? Now today we'll start with 1.1.13 to 15. So we have Srila Prabhupada book, first chapter, first paragraph, second paragraph, 13, 14, 15. That describes 13, 14, 15. So let us see. So here, Bhagavatam. Now this has been told by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Sarvopati Vinirmuktam. Okay, wonderful. Now, what is the work of Rupa Goswami? Finding out evidences from Bhagavatam, different Puranas, especially from Bhagavatam. The verses supporting these important instructions. Anyabhilashita Shunyam has been told. Now, which are the verses from Bhagavatam speaks about it? Now let us see. 3.29 to third canto, 29th verse, 11 to 13. That is how this Bindu, just a drop of instruction, has been made into Sindhu. Ahaituki avyahita ya bhakti purushottame Salokya Shastri Samikya Sarupya Kattvamupyata Dhiyamanam na grananti vinama sevanam jana Sa eva bhakti yogakya atyantika udhartha. Anyabhilashita Shunya, no desire for even liberation. Jnana karmadi anavrutam, no desire at all except for serving Krishna. So here the devotee says, Dhiyamanam na pashyanti, vinamat sevanam jana. What is the use of such liberation where your service is not involved? Generally, we fear to take responsibilities, isn't it? But then, without responsibility, without serving, what is the use of so-called being near to Lord, getting the opulence of Lord, getting the beauty of Lord, getting the loka of Lord, getting sahuja mukti? What's the use? Vinamat sevanam jana. Like you go to your mother's house and your mother makes you sit in one corner and says, oh daughter, not to touch anything. Just whatever I give, just take it. She goes on providing you so many things, but somehow you're not you're not comfortable. Because you're not able to serve, you're not able to move your hands and legs. So what is the use of so-called gifts from the parents if they're not allowing you to serve? Okay. The same thing. Lord is making you sit beside him, but not allowing you to serve. Then what is the use? Like I'm going to temple, but I don't get service in the temple. Then for how long I'll be so interested in going to the temple? A real devotee will not like to go to the temple if he's not getting any service. What is there to go and see Lord? And your Lord sees me. And if he sees me, he should give me service, isn't it? So that means if I'm not getting service in the temple, that means I'm not seen by Krishna. That is more important. Diyamanam nagaranti. I don't want to be in your loka. I don't want to come to your temple if I don't get your service. That is the real characteristics of the pure devotee. So here, ahaituki avyavahita. So ahaituki refers to no hetu, no desire, except for serving, no other desire. Anya abhilashita shunyam. Ahaituki. Avyavahita. Jnana karmadi anavritam. That is a meaning. Jnana karmadi anavritam. So, what is the mood which is expressed here? It is bhava rupa. With complete bhava, her devotee says, ahaituki avyavahita ya bhakti purushottame. I just want to serve Krishna. Purushottama. Bhakti purushottama. Bhakti means service to Purushottama. And how it is, I am not having any desire to have your loka, nor your opulence, not to be near you, not to have your same swarupa. I'm not desiring even merging in you because I don't have any service. Then what is the use? Sa eva bhakti yogakhya atyantika udharuta. So this is declared as the highest object of human. Atyantika. Atyantika means the highest. And what is that highest object? Bhakti Yoga Akhya. Yoga Akhya. Yoga Akhya means how to connect to Krishna. This is an explanation given in this is the topmost explanation. Saeva Bhakti Yoga Akhya Atyantika Udharutaha. This has been explained as Bhakti. Okay. One of you read 1 and 2. Anupama is there. So Anupama will read first paragraph and second paragraph.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Chapter 1, Characteristics of Pure Devotional Service. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 29th chapter, verse 12 and 13, Srila Kapila Deva, while instructing his mother, has given the following characteristics of pure devotion service. My dear mother, those who are my pure devotees and who have no desire for material benefit or philosophical speculation have their minds so much engaged in my service that they are never interested in asking me for anything except to be engaged in that service. They do not even beg to live in my abode with me. There are 5 kinds of liberation, namely to become one with the Lord, to live with the Supreme Lord on the same planet, to have the same features as the Lord, to enjoy same opulence as the Lord, and to live as companion of the Lord. A devotee want to speak rejecting material sense gratification, does not even want any of the 5 kinds of liberation. He is satisfied simply by discharging love service to the Lord. That is the characteristics of pure devotion. In the above statement by Kapila Deva from Srimad Bhagavatam,
Wait. This is 16th verse. First two are 13, 14, 15. You should mark with a pencil. So when you go through the Bhakti-rasāmṛta book, you will easily find what are the verses, how it is connected. This is a Bhakti-rasāmṛta book you must be having. Or if you don't have, get it from Vrindavan. You'll get from Vrindavan this book. You happen to visit Vrindavan. Now the PDF is available. You can even make your notes. So now 16th verse.
Mataji, I have a question. Can I ask? Mataji, I have Nectar of Devotion. In this book, I will find.
In this book, even I don't have. In Prabhupada's book,
Okay.
you will not find the verses. That is why you
Okay.
have to refer to Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu by Rupa Goswami. That is in sense, you will get the verses. Then you will come to know what is that verse that Prabhupada is describing. We should know now which is that verse.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, in the above statement by Kapil Deva from Srimad Bhagavatam. Why such voice is coming? Okay. Some disturbance is there, right? Disturbance is there? Okay. 16th verse. Salukyati Padyastha Bhaktotkarsha Nirupanam Bhakte Vishuddhata Vyaktiya Lakshane Paryavasyati. So now the description of the devotee is given in the above verse. How is a devotee? He doesn't want any liberation. Description of the excellence of the devotee in the above verse is actually describing what? It is actually describing the characteristics of bhakti. When you glorify bhakta, automatically bhakti is glorified. That how bhakti is completely pure. Bhakti has no contamination. Just by describing a bhakta, excellence of bhakti is described. Okay, read that, Anupama, read.
Yeah. In the above statement by Kapila Deva from Srimad Bhagavatam, the actual position of a pure devotee is described, and the primary characteristics of devotional service are also defined. Further characteristics of devotional service are described by Rupa Goswami with evidence from different scriptures. He stated that there are 6 characteristics of pure devotional service, which are as follows.
Yes.
1.
Wait. So now pure devotional excellent characteristics of pure devotional service is described by describing the devotee. Like devotee is very enthusiastic. What is giving that enthusiasm to the devotee? Bhakti. That means bhakti is so powerful that it removes all our anarthas and makes a person vibrant. Isn't it? By describing, like Srila Prabhupada went to West and preached Krishna consciousness around, built 108 temples, motivated everybody to chant Krishna's name, made so many disciples. You're describing Srila Prabhupada. But actually in that, what you're describing? You're describing bhakti. How powerful is bhakti to transform hippies into happies? It's actually bhakti has been described. And to describe bhakti, you describe a bhakta. You describe a bhakta, automatically the purity of bhakti is described. Now, bhakti has 6 lakshanas. You have to memorize this shloka. Like in the introduction, 2 shlokas you have to memorize. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam, Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. In this chapter, you have to memorize Salokya Shastri Samipya. That verse will be there. You will see in your guidelines book. And also this verse will be there. Let us see. Kleshagni Shubhada Moksha Laguta Kruta Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Karshane Chasa. Kleshagni Shubhada Moksha Laguta Kruta Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Karshane Chasa. Okay, somebody has to share 20th verse onwards because Chandrapati Prabhuji is traveling. Will you do that, Kanchan Mataji? Who will do? 1 minute. Who will share 20th verse onwards? Daya Sagar Prabhu, can you do? Somebody has to do. Or Jumur can do. Just see, you can make co-host and they can do. Vaishnav Prabhu, you are at home.
It says that
Mataji already shared. Is it visible? I have already shared.
Okay. 20th verse. Okay. 17th verse. Kleshagni Shubhada Moksha Laguta Kruta Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Akarshijasa. So these are the 6 characteristics. Look at the Sanskrit verse. I'm not able to see. There is a verse which is shared in the group.
प्रभु जी हाँ तो आगे बढ़िए फिर 21-22 में चले जाइए
21-22 नहीं 17 में चलना है 1.1.17
हाँ भाई माताजी ने 20 बोला था तो मैं 20 पे लेके गया बट माताजी आई थिंक 17 में है
20 के बाद उन्होंने मैसेज डाला है बस
अच्छा ठीक है ना
अभी हम
17
17 में है 17 में
हाँ
17 open that verse. Kleshagni. So what is the most important characteristics of devotional service? It will remove all our kleshas. First thing. Now just see, we have 3 stages of devotional service. Sadhana, Bhava, Prema. In sadhana, just I have taken sadhana bhakti. Now, starting is sadhana only. Sadhana means following the rules and regulations. And Shubhada is guaranteed for a person who is doing proper sadhana. Okay, right. These 2 characteristics. Shubhada, auspiciousness. Kleshagni. It will remove all our kinds of difficulties or material distress. Kleshagni. And then Shubhada. Now at the stage of Bhava Bhakti, you have 4 advantages. Kleshagni is there. Shubhada is there. Moksha Laguta Kruta is there. And Sudurlabha. Moksha Laguta Kruta. He feels in liberation to be very insignificant. And Sudurlabha understands that how devotional service is really rarest. Aspires to get more and more. It's not so easy to get devotional service. So he understands how devotional service is the rarest thing. Then in the stage of prema, all 6 will be there. Kleshagni, material distress is removed. Shubhada, auspicious. Moksha Laguta Kruta, considers liberation to be insignificant. Sudurlabha, understands that how devotional service is the most rarest. Sandrananda Visheshatma, experiences the amount of bliss in devotional service. And most important in prema level is Shri Krishna Akarshani Chatha. Shri Krishna Akarshani. That means he is able to attract the attention of Krishna also. That is at the level of prema. Experiencing the bliss and drawing the attention of Krishna. All 6 characteristics are found at the level of prema. First 2 is for sadhana bhakti. The first 4 is for bhava bhakti. All 6 for prema bhakti. Okay, read. Krishna Priya, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. He states that there are 6 characteristics of pure devotional service, which are as follows. First one, Pure devotional service brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. Second one, pure devotional service is the beginning of all auspiciousness. Third one, pure devotional service automatically puts one in transcendental pleasure. Fourth one, pure devotional service is rarely achieved. Fifth one, those in pure devotional service deride even the conception of liberation. Sixth one, pure devotional service is the only means to attract Krishna. Krishna is all attractive, but pure devotional service attracts even him. This means that pure devotional service is even transcendentally stronger than Krishna himself, because it is Krishna's internal potency.
What a powerful statement, see. Pure devotional service is stronger than even Krishna. Rama telling to Hanuman, how is it that your stones are floating and my stone is sinking? Because your stone contains, Hanuman's stone contains the name of Prabhu Ram. Pure devotional service is more powerful than even Krishna because it has the ability to bind Krishna within the heart. The verse goes like this in Bhagavatam, the second verse. Dharma projita kaitavotra parmo nirmat saranam satam vedyam vastamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kimva Pare Vishwara Satya Rudya Varukate Prakutivi Shushubhitakshana. Satya Rudya Varukate Prakutivi. That means you have the ability to bind Krishna within the heart. That is the power. So one who is binding somebody else, that means that person is more powerful, isn't it? Pure devotional service has the capacity to bind Krishna. As Prabhupada writes very boldly, pure devotional service is even transcendentally stronger than Krishna himself. Okay, now 18th, 19th, 20, 21, 22, continuously 1 paragraph. Let us read 18th verse. Put the verse 18th and 19th.
Mataji, one doubt. In Rasamrta-sindhu, slokas are there in Nectar of Devotion that translation is there, Mataji?
Yes. Shlokas are also there and translation is also there. At the same time, Jiva Goswami's commentary is also there in Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu.
I have two other books. I don't have this book. That's the reason I'm little confused.
You have this book?
I'm not able to. No, Mataji. This one.
You have this?
Yesterday I read. Yes, Mataji, this one.
Yes, this is the original book. This is the original book from where the verses have been.
Mataji, we can read the verses from this PDF, which Chandrabadu Guru has shared on WhatsApp group.
That is this only PDF. This what a book is there.
Yes, which I am presenting. That is the PDF.
Yes.
And translation we can read from that Nectar of Devotion.
There Prabhupada has elaborately explained. It's an explanation. Okay. Here also explanation is done by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. You have the explanation given by Jiva Goswami. Okay. Tatrasya kleshatnatvam kleshastu papam tadbijam avidya chetiti cheti te tridha. Now the topic is, the first topic, relief from material distress. That is kleshagni has been now described. Now instruction has been given. What is that instruction? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given 6 characteristics. Okay. Now that 6 characteristics, one by one, Jiva Goswami is presenting, Rupa Goswami is presenting with all evidences from Bhagavatam, like that. So now Kleshagni, okay, this were characteristics of pure devotional service. First characteristic Kleshagni, immediately, let us see what is given. The first topic is it has the ability to destroy all distress. That is described. Now the suffering is threefold. Sinful reaction, seed of sin, ignorance. So ignorance means forgetfulness of Krishna. Because of forgetfulness of Krishna, we are facing reactions. Why? We are doing karma. And because of karma, karma means where we have our sense gratification as priority, or we keep ourselves in the center. That is known as karma. Because of ignorance, forgetfulness of Krishna, a person performs karma. Because of karma, he has karmic reactions. And because of this, there is a seed of sin. That is, a seed of sin is sowed. Okay. Now read 18th, 19th. 1 minute, 11 point. Okay. First two are describing this. 19th also I'll read me. Tatra papam aprarabdham bhavet papam prarabdham cheti tadvidha. First sinful reaction will be discussed. There are two types of sinful reactions. Effect of sinful activities, effect which are going to be experienced in future. So first sinful reaction is prarabdham. Already I have got it. Like I am born in a low family. Already I have got reaction. I am born as an handicap. Got the reaction. Or I have been put into a lot of court matters. I have got the reaction now. Because I am suffering. Already suffering. Now, in future, I am going to suffer. That is aprarabdham. Prarabdham, aprarabdham. These are the two sinful reactions because of forgetfulness of Krishna, performing activities, getting karmic reactions. Prarabdham, already experiencing, either maybe from childhood, by birth, or the way of birth, like born in a low family and all those things, or suffering in due course of time. And in future, what I am going to suffer, still I have not suffered. In future, I may suffer because of my sinful reactions. Okay. So that has been given. So first two paragraphs are describing about how devotional service has the ability to destroy these two, prarabdham, aprarabdham. How powerful is devotional service? Actually, somebody says, I don't have time. You should say, hey, you're suffering. How to remove this suffering? It's only devotional service which can remove the suffering. Prarabdha, aprarabdha. Now just see, when Prabhupada went to West, what type of people he met? Those who cannot even perform any puja vidhi because they are born in such a mlecha community, which is not even coming in the category of Shudras. Isn't it? But just see, Prabhupada gave devotional service and made them acharyas, made them pujaris. All in India, so-called Brahmins were shocked to hear that all are speaking Bhagavatam. That is the power of devotional service. Devotional service is not having any boundaries. It is not having it is not limited to any religion. Devotional service is for every jiva. Every jiva is connected to Krishna, irrespective of whatever community he is. Like you have Kanakadas. If you go to Udupi, normally when you enter the temple, the Lord faces towards the gate. But in Udupi, the Lord faces towards the window. He used to face towards the gate. But then the Brahmins were not allowing the low caste people to go inside. So there was a fisherman. His name was Kanakadas. He used to just stand on the window. He could not even see Lord. Lord used to face through towards the door. He used to just see like this, oh Lord, when am I going to get your glance? Oh Lord. Suddenly it so happened, Lord turned for him. And even today also, the Lord is facing towards Kanakinikindi, that is known as Kanakinikindi. That means it is for Kanakadas. That place is belonging to Kanakadas. And for Kanakadas, Lord has turned. So devotional service is not restricted to only some higher caste. Higher caste is okay, wonderful. He has done a lot of pious activities. That is why he is born in a high caste family. He has done a lot of sinful activities. That is why he is born in a Mlecha family or Shudra family, whatever. But devotional service can be had by everyone. Every jiva is a part and parcel of Krishna. So that is the work of Acharya. What Acharyas do? Acharyas don't restrict devotional service only to a particular sect. Acharyas give devotional service. Sripad Ramanujacharya gave devotional service to everyone. Srila Prabhupada gave devotional service to everyone. That is how when you describe Srila Prabhupada, we can see how liberal and how broad is devotional service. Okay, first two paragraphs. Who will read?
Mataji, can I read?
Okay, read.
Relief from material distress. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that one should surrender unto him, giving up all other engagements. The Lord also gives his word there that he will protect surrendered souls from the reactions of all sinful activities. Srila Rupa Goswami says that the distresses from sinful activities are due both to the sins themselves and to the sins committed in our past lives. Generally, one commits sinful activities due to ignorance. But ignorance is no excuse for evading the reactions, sinful activities. Sinful activities are of two kinds, those which are mature and those which are not mature. The sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment are called mature. The many sinful activities stored within us for which we have not yet suffered are considered to be immature. For example, a man may have committed criminal acts but not yet been arrested for them. Now, as soon as he is detected, arrest is awaiting him. Similarly, for some of our sinful activities, we are awaiting distresses in the future. And for others which are immature, we are suffering, which are mature, we are suffering at the present moment. In this way, there is a chain of sinful activities and their concomitant distresses, and the conditioned soul is suffering life after life due to these sins. He is suffering in the present life the results of sinful activities from his past life, and he is meanwhile creating further sufferings for his future life. Mature sinful activities are exhibited if one is suffering from some chronic disease, if one is suffering from some legal implication, if one is born in a low and a degraded family, or if one is uneducated or very, very ugly. There are, should I continue?
Wait. Now 20th verse. Now evidences and all is given from scriptures. 11th canto, 14th chapter, 19th verse speaks about it. Tatra aprabdha tatra aprarabdha haratvam yatha ekadashe. 11th canto speaks about tatra aprarabdha haratvam. Aprarabdha reaction is completely destroyed by performing devotional service. If you're taking up devotional service in future, what you're going to experience, that can be easily removed. That is the power of devotional service. It so happened last week, before going to Yatra, some Rotarians had come to meet me because they want some food for life from our temple. So then he was telling that we are running a group of some social work where we go and help blind people, blind children. So very lot of blind children are there. We take them to picnic and all those things. So day before yesterday he called me. I am in the resort. We have taken 40 blind children to the picnic. That time I told him, see, give Harinam to them. Because even if you play with them or take them to some resort, what is the use? This blindness is because of whatever sinful reactions we have done. But Harinam has the power to give them the strength. He said, we don't believe more in, yes, what you say, but still we don't want to be so much religious. I don't be religious, but I have to. We are concerned with your food for life. We'll give you Krishna Prasad. At least by that, some buddhi will come. So then day before yesterday, I was telling, we have taken them to resort, and he was so fed up actually, making them sit and all those things. But still, then I was just thinking about this only, that you close your eyes and somebody is trying to play games, give you all type of wonderful resorts. What is the use? That fear within is not going to go. What type of enjoyment? Okay, for your sake, he will laugh. All of you clap, he will clap. Maybe some recreation will be there. But ultimately, he is alone. But if you give Krishna to him, then Bilva Mangal Thakur, he removed 2 eyes and he has written Krishna Karnamrta. Krishna appeared to Bilva Mangal Thakur. So it's only pure devotional service which is going to strengthen a person. And it is not our gross eyes through which we can see Krishna. It is the subtle eyes. It is the eyes which is given by Krishna. So that is why pure devotional service has the capacity to remove even the aprarabdha. In future, how much more difficulty a person has to face. One, it is already facing. In future, that has been given. Yatagnihi susamidhari susamidharchihi karoti edhamsi vasmasat tatha mad vishaya bhakti uddhavainamsi krishnatsaha. This is an example. Here is an example of destroying all aprarabdha reactions from the 11th canto of Bhagavatam. My dear Uddhava, devotional service in relationship with me is like a blazing fire that can burn to ashes all fuel of sinful activities supplied to it. So it is like a blazing fire. Like how the blazing fire is used for cooking, Bhakti is like a blazing fire. Put all your sinful reactions, everything will be destroyed. Okay. Krishna Priya, read.
There are many results of past sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment, and we may be suffering in the future due to our present sinful activities. But all of these reactions is sinful deeds can immediately be stopped if we take to Krishna consciousness. As evidence of this, Rupa Goswami quotes from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 14th chapter, verse 19th. This verse is in connection with Lord Krishna instruction to Uddhava, where he says, my dear Uddhava, devotional service unto me is just like a blazing fire, which can burn into ashes unlimited fuel supplied to it. The purport is that as the blazing fire can burn any amount of fuel to ashes, so devotional service to the Lord in Krishna consciousness can burn up all the fuel of sinful activities. For example, in the Gita, Arjuna thought that fighting was a sinful activity, but Krishna engaged him on the battlefield under his order, and so that fighting became devotional service. Therefore, Arjuna was not subjected to any sinful reaction.
We know how Arjuna was giving so many excuses. And one of the excuses, oh, I cannot fight. One of the reasons he says, I will be only accumulating sins. Krishna says, if you don't fight, you will accumulate sins. So fighting is a pure devotional service because it has been told by Krishna for Arjuna. Okay, now 21st verse, 3rd canto, 33rd chapter, 6th verse. Let us see the verse. Prarabdharatvam. Now, prarabdharatvam done. Now, prarabdharatvam. Whatever he is facing. Yatha tritiye yannamadeyo shanvananu kirtanat. Shavananu kirtanat. Yad prahavananat. Yad smaranaadapi vachet shvado pi sadyah savanaya kalpate kuta punaste bhagavantu darshanat. So here it is said that it has a capacity to destroy prarabdha reactions. That has been described by Srila Prabhupada in this verse, in this paragraph. Neeraj Prabhu, read. Neeraj Prabhu.
Ji.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Read the paragraph.
Yes. Srila Rupa Goswami quotes another verse from the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 33rd chapter, verse 6, in which Devahuti addresses her own son, Kapil Dev, and says, "My dear Lord, there are 9 different kinds of devotional service, beginning from hearing and chanting. Anyone who hears about your pastimes, who chant about your glories, who offers you obeisances, who thinks of you, and in this way executes any of the 9 kinds of devotional service, even if he is born in a family of dog-eaters, the lowest grade of mankind becomes immediately qualified to perform sacrifices. As
Shwada.
such,
The word is Shwada. That means dog eater.
Haribol?
Yeah. Shwada means dog eater. That has been given.
Yeah.
Okay.
As such, how is it possible that anyone engaged in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness has not become purified? It is not possible. One who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service has without doubt become freed from all contaminations of material sinful activities. Devotional service, therefore, has the power to actually nullify all kinds of reactions to sinful deeds. A devotee is nevertheless always alert not to commit any sinful activities. This is his specific qualification as a devotee. Thus, Srimad Bhagavatam states that by performing devotional service, a person who was born even in a family of dog-eaters may become eligible to take part in the performance of the ritualistic ceremonies recommended in the Vedas. It is implicit in this statement that a person born into the family of dog-eaters is generally not fit for performing yagnas or sacrifices. The priestly caste in charge of performing these ritualistic ceremonies recommended in the Vedas is called the Brahmana order. Unless one is a Brahmana, he cannot perform these ceremonies. Should I continue, Mataji?
Wait. So, Bhagavatam clearly states just by performing devotional service, his prarabdha karma also can be removed. Because of the prarabdha karma, he is not able to perform, or take part in the ritualistic activities. But because of pure devotional service, he can be elevated to the position of a priest. Okay, then.
Should I continue, Mataji?
Wait. 19, 20, 21 over. Now 22. Let us see 22nd verse first. Durjatir eva savana yogyatve karanam matam durjati arambakam papam yasyat prarabdham evatat. So it was understood that the low birth of the dog eater is a cause of his disqualification for performing sacrifice. The sinful reaction by which he attains such low birth is in this life is called prarabdha sin. So what is prarabdha has been described. Okay, continue. Continue, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. A person is born in a Brahmana family or in a family of dog eaters due to his past activities. If a person is born in the family of dog eaters, it means that his past activities were all sinful. But if Even such a person takes to the path of devotional service and begins to chant the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He is at once fit to perform the ritualistic ceremonies. This means that his sinful reactions have immediately become neutralized.
Yes. So that faith in holy name must be there. Not only chanting with faith, sincerity and seriousness. Okay. Now 23rd verse, which runs to 2 paragraphs.
So it is stated in the Padam
Wait,
Puran.
let me read the verse now. 23rd. Padma Purani cha aprarabdha phalam papam. So you have this verse to memorize. Certain verses just memorize. I'll put these verses. First 2 there became. Now this is the 3rd one in this chapter. Salokya Shastri Samipya over. Kleshagni Shubhada. Now this one. If Anupama can help me putting the verses, you have to note down Anupama. And then you have to put all these verses in the group. First 2, Anyabhilashita. Then came Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. Just memorize. Even if you are not asked in the exam, also memorize. These are beautiful verses. Salokya Shastri Samipya. Then Kleshagni Shubhada. Then this. What are the 4 stages of sinful reactions? This verse speaks about it. 4 stages. Because when a child is born, he is taking so many impressions from the past life. So what are the reactions? Because one karma leads to another karma. Karma leads to reaction. Reaction itself is another karma. Isn't it? So let us see. Padma Puran speaks about it. Aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukham kramenaiva praliyeta Vishnu Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu. Aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukham kramenaiva praliyeta Vishnu Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu. So aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukham. So these are the stages. Let us see how the stages goes. And step by step, all these are destroyed. First thing is destroyed is aprarabdha. In future, you will not do. Like you're taking up devotional service. You were eating some non-vegetarian items and all those things. But because you have taken devotional service, taken up rules and regulations, you have stopped eating. You stop eating all bad food or tamasik ahara. Because of that, in future, what you're going to suffer, that will not suffer. You were eating roadside food. Now your tongue is only used to taking Krishna Prasadam. So naturally, in future, you would have got some bowel disorder and all those things. Just because you took Krishna Prasadam, your stomach is now in proper state and your consciousness is also proper. So future suffering is automatically removed. Aprarabdham kuta. Even the surrounding or the paraphernalia, what you are getting to nourish the bija, that is also purified. Kuta means whatever provoking things you have, like you are born in a very rich community, in a rich family, and you have all the facility. That facility is also a drawback to progress in devotional service if you're not utilizing in Krishna service. So that quota, because you've taken devotional service, what you'll do, oh, you're born rich, you'll utilize everything in Krishna service. So quota, which was one of the reactions, you have done a lot of pious activities, that is why you're born in a rich family. You have done a lot of sinful activity, that is why you're born in a poor family or in a smuggler's family, dacoit's family, or something like that, a low-born family. So that kuta, which is provoking things, which is there to nourish that bija. Bija means the seed. To nourish that seed, all this paraphernalia is there. Now, pure devotional service has a capacity to remove all our aprarabdha. Next stage is kuta, improve the conditions around. Because of that, automatically bija is also destroyed. And then when you perform more devotional service or with great purity, then prarabdha is also destroyed. So prarabdha also doesn't affect. Now see, all these are the 4 stages, and kramenaiva praliyeta is step by step. Aprarabdha, I was a big drunkard just because I took devotional service. In future, I would have suffered with a lung cancer if I had gone on, if I would have been drinking a lot. That's because of your devotional service. In future, what I would have suffered, that has gone. The provoking things, like I was having friends who used to provoke me or induce me to do all these sinful activities. So those friends also ran away. Crows will not come, na? Where you have wonderful things, why crows will come? Crows will only come where dustbin is there. So you have Hamsa Purushas as your friends. You have devotees circle. So because of that, the kuta has improved. And because the kuta is improved, the seed of sin is also destroyed. I would have done all blunder activities. Just devotional service which has been given. It is not so easy to get devotional service. It is said, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavana Jiva, Guru Krishna Prasada Pai Bhakti-rasāmṛta bija. In Brahmanda, so many people are walking. So many. In your city also, so many people are walking. How many of them are really taking up devotional service? Devotees are attempting. They take Nagar Sankirtan, whomever they meet, they say, Hare Krishna, please come to the temple. See the struggle which is done by each and every devotee to bring others in Krishna consciousness. Sometimes in that struggle, they compete with each other also. Hey, this is my congregation. That is your congregation. No problem. Fight with each other. But at least bring everyone in devotional service. Sometimes there's a competition between the counselors also. Sometimes competition is between the temples also. No problem. One most important thing is done. That is giving devotional service to others, which is going to remove the distress. And that is going to happen step by step. Not that immediately Prarabdha also goes. He has to perform chanting, reading, association, deity worship, very sincerely, seriously. Okay, read the 23rd verse, which runs to 2 paragraphs.
It is stated in the Padma Purana that there are 4 kinds of effects due to sinful activities, which are listed as follows. Number 1, the effect that is not yet fructified.
Aprarabdha.
Aprarabdha, correct. Number 2, the effect that is lying as a seed, bijam, right? Number 3, the effect that is already mature, prarabdha. And number 4, the effect that is almost mature. That would be, I think, aprarabdha,
That
right?
is kuta. Kuta.
That is kuta bijam, yeah. I'll just open the Hindi wala also. Okay.
It is actually the paraphernalia what you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is also stated that all these 4 effects become immediately vanquished for those who surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu and become engaged in his devotional service in full Krishna consciousness. Those effects described as almost mature refer to the distress from which one is suffering at present, and the effects lying as seed are in the core of the heart, where there is a certain stock of sinful desires which are like seeds. The Sanskrit word putam means they are almost ready to produce the seed or the effect of the seed. An immature effect refers to the case where the seedling has not begun. From this statement of Padma Puran, it is understood that material contamination is very subtle. Its beginning, its fruition, and results, and how one suffers such results in the form of distress, are part of a great chain. When one catches some disease, it is often very difficult to ascertain the cause of the disease, where it originated, and how it is maturing. The suffering of a disease, however, does not appear all of a sudden. It actually takes time. And as in the medical field, for precaution's sake, the doctor injects a vaccination to prevent the growing of contamination. The practical injection to stop all the fructification of the seeds of our sinful activities is simply engagement in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, continue.
In this
Over.
connection, Shukdev
One
Goswami.
minute, that you should not continue, because that is now 24th verse. Okay. So now here lying is a seed, and the kutam is ready to produce the seed or effect the seed. That means the favorable, or you can say unfavorable only, whatever paraphernalia by which that seed is now going to what do you say?
Fructify.
Fructify. Yes, seed is going to fructify. To produce the seed or effect the seed, effect of the seed, you can say. Like you have the seed, what you do, you soak it, then you tie it, then that module comes out. And then afterwards, what you do, then you plant it, then you nourish it. Directly, you don't grow a plant. You have to do all these things. So all that is known as kutam. And once it has grown, it has started giving the fruits, but is giving the fruit that is known as prarabdha. One in future is going to give the fruit, aprarabdha. Okay, 24th verse, which speaks from 6th canto Bhagavatam, 2nd chapter, 17th verse.
In this connection, Shukdev Goswami
Wait, let me read the verse. 6.2.17. Bija haratvam yatha Shastri. Now, bija haratvam. Till now, how many haratvam we spoke? We spoke about prarabdha haratvam, prarabdha haratvam. Now, bija haratvam. Haratvam means to destroy. So, what it speaks? Taistani agani puyante tapadana tapodana vratadibihi nadharmajam tat hridayam tat api sangri sevaya. So bhakti has the power to destroy the seed of sin. That has been given. Even the seed will be destroyed. And what is the seed of sin? Desire. It is the desire which is the seed, material desire. You have a desire, then you try to accomplish it. And then because you're accomplishing it, you may have different ways of accomplishing it. Either the ways prescribed in the Vedas, which is known as sakarma, or you may try to accomplish your desires in the method which is not prescribed in the Vedas, which is known as vikarma. Both sakarma, vikarma are giving you sinful reactions. Prarabdha, aprarabdha. Okay. Now seed only, let us remove the seed only. Chalo. Material, if there is no desire, na rega bas, na bajegi basu. There is a proverb. You know material desire, then there is a question of performing material activity. Okay, read.
So in this connection, Shukdev Goswami speaks in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd chapter, verse 17, about the story of Ajamila, who began life as a fine and dutiful Brahmana, but who in his young manhood became wholly corrupted by a prostitute. At the end of his wicked life, just by calling the name Narayana, Krishna, he was saved despite so much sin. Shukdev Goswami points out that austerity, charity, and the performance of ritualistic ceremonies for counteracting sinful activities are recommended processes, but that by performing them, one cannot remove the sinful desire seed from the heart, as was the case with Ajamil in his youth. This sinful desire seed can be removed only by achieving Krishna consciousness. And this can be accomplished very easily by chanting the Maha Mantra or Hare Krishna Mantra as recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In other words, unless one adopts the path of devotional service, he cannot be 100% clean from all the reactions of sinful activities.
Go on. This is also
By-
continuing 24th only. Bija
By
Haratvam.
performing Vedic ritualistic activities, by giving money in charity, and by undergoing austerity, one can temporarily become free from the reactions of sinful activities. But at the next moment, he must again become engaged in sinful activities. For example, a person suffering from venereal disease on account of excessive indulgence in sex life has to undergo some severe pain in medical treatment, and he is then cured for the time being. But because he has not been able to remove the sex desire from his heart, he must again indulge in the same thing and become a victim of the same disease. So medical treatment may give temporary relief from the distress of such venereal disease. But unless one is trained to understand that sex life is abominable, it is impossible to be saved from such repeated distress. Similarly, the ritualistic performances, charity, and austerity that are recommended in the Vedas may temporarily stop one from acting in sinful ways. But as long as the heart is not clear, one will have to repeat sinful activities again and again.
Again and again. I'll continue that also, next paragraph.
Another example in Srimad Bhagavatam concerns the elephant who enters into a lake and takes a bath very seriously, cleansing his body thoroughly. Then as soon as he comes onto shore, he again takes some dust from earth and throws it over his body. Similarly, a person who is not trained in Krishna consciousness cannot become completely free from the desire for sinful activities. Neither the yoga process, nor philosophical speculations, nor fruitive activities can save one from the seeds of sinful desires. Only by being engaged in devotional service can this be done.
For some time, because of some disease or maybe sometime pregnancy, generally doctor says, don't take non-vegetarian item. But the desire is there. Only when he takes a devotional service, that desire is uprooted. Sometimes you see people are told to avoid certain type of food. They'll take it, but desire is there, what to do? So then only by devotional service only all these things can go. Now, when Prabhupada went to West, American government was trying so hard by having rehabilitation centers to remove the drug addictions and all. But nothing worked out. Nothing worked. Rehabilitation people put, then again, after some time, again they start eating. They start smoking. They start eating all nonsensical things. But it is pure devotional service. It's Harinam, which removed their all bad habits. Everybody was shocked. Now, 25th verse. Why this material desire is there? Because of avidya, ignorance. Now, devotional service has the capacity to remove even that ignorance also. Ignorance, avidya, forgetfulness of Krishna. Because of that, what happens? Because of that, a person performs activities keeping oneself in the center. That karma leads to reactions which come in the form of seed, kuta, prarabdha, aprarabdha. Now, avidya haratvam, bija haratvam was there. Desire has to be removed. The desire can be removed only when ignorance is removed. If the ignorance is removed, can be removed only by knowledge. making a person understand you're a servant of Krishna. Use everything in Krishna's service. Your body is not yours. It belongs to Krishna. So your bodily activities has to be trained for Krishna's pleasure. So this is how avidya haratvam. So let us see. Avidya haratvam yatha chaturthi yadapada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya karmashayam gratitam udkratayanti santah tadvannariktamatayo yatayo pirudha shoto ganastam aranam bhajavasudevam. Now there are jnanis, yogis. They are known as riktamatayo, empty-headed. See what a powerful statement. The jnanis and yogis, they are actually what? They are empty-minded non-devotees. Empty-minded means their mind is not functioning for Krishna. What is the use of being a jnani? So much of tarka, argument. What is the use? They are empty-minded non-devotees. That is why Yad pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. This is bhaktya, TK, who is performing devotional service to Yad pada pankaja, the lotus feet of Krishna. Karmashayam gratitam udgratayanti santah. The sadhu santah, santa means the devotees. They can uproot all the unlimited impressions of karma. But this Riktamatayaha, jnanis and yogis, they cannot do that. It's very difficult for them. Api rudha. It's very difficult for them to uproot the sinful reactions or impressions or ignorance. Shroto ganastam aranam bhajavasudem. Till they don't hear about Krishna, till they don't chant Krishna's name, it is difficult for them to come out of avidya that has been given. Okay, somebody else will read now. Jumur, read.
There is another evidence in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 22nd chapter, verse 39, wherein Sanat Kumara says, "My dear king, the false ego of a human being is so strong that it keeps him in material existence as if tied up by a strong rope. Only the devotees can cut off the knot of the strong rope very easily by engaging themselves in Krishna consciousness. Others who are not in Krishna consciousness but are trying to become great mystics or great ritual performers cannot advance like the devotees. Therefore, it is the duty of everyone to engage himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness in order to be freed from the tight knot of false ego and engagement in material activities. This tight knot of false ego is due to
Which one you are reading? No, that
Okay.
you don't read. No, wait.
Okay.
So, avidya haratvam, that has been given. Now, describing this avidya haratvam, there are verses in first canto, second chapter, which Srila Prabhupada has put in Markine Bhagavat. Very important verses. In Markine Bhagavat, Prabhupada has selected these verses. Shunvatam swakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtanaha dyantastoya badrani vidunoti swasatam nashtaprayeshu badreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtike tadarajastamo bhava kamalobha dayasya chetayeternavidam kam satve prasidati evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogatah bhagavad tattva vijnana mukta sangasya jayate vidyate reya granthi siddhante sarvasamshaya shiyanti chasa karmani drishtevatmanishvare. Possible, memorize this verse. These verses speaks the stages of devotional service. By hearing Shruvatam Swakatha Krishna, just by hearing about Krishna, Shruvatam Swakatha Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hridayantastoya Bhadrani, these anarthas can be removed. Adu Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, we have learned that. Adu Shraddha, first Shraddha is there. Then Sadhu Sangha is there. 9 steps are there or not? Devotional service. Don't know? Then write down. You have studied it in Bhagavad Gita. Adav Shraddha. First is what? Shraddha. Faith is there. Somebody told. There is a nice program happening. You do not have faith in Krishna, but you had faith in your friend. That is Shraddha. And you went there. Then what happened? You met a sadhu. That means a devotee. And then bhajana kriya. You are put into the bhajana process. That means hearing and chanting. Just because of that, what happened? Anartha nivrutti. Slowly, our anarthas go away. Anartha nivrutti. Then when anarthas are removed, it's a process going on. It's not that as soon as you enter ISKCON, now I am next day cleansed and came out. No, it takes time. It may take 1 lifetime, 2 lifetime. We don't know. But the process of hearing and chanting should be there. But we are in the cleansing process. How much dirt we have accumulated in our consciousness and how much time will it take? That let it happen. Once you put in a washing machine, anyhow you're going to be cleansed. So this is a washing machine. You have put yourself under the care of a sadhu. Bhajana kriya, anartha nivrutti. Then comes nishtha stage. Nishtha means firm faith. Now let anybody say anything, you will not leave the process. In the beginning, that Shraddha was in a komala faith. Somebody says something, you'll run away. That is why when a person is very new, you take care of him more. And slowly, when he becomes stronger and stronger, then he comes to the stage of nishtha. Is naishtiki bhakti. Nashta prayesha badreshu. Because all the abhatras are gone. How it is gone? Nityam bhagavata sevaya. Granta bhagavat, bhakta bhagavat. Nitya bhagavata sevaya. Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Now the stage is nishtha. Lot of challenges are there to come to the stage of nishtha. These 5 things, Adav, Shraddha, Tatha, Sadhu, Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, Anartha, Nivrutti, Nishtha, is one's endeavor. One has to endeavor. There may be many ups and downs in devotional service. Your own friend may cheat you. Maya plays a lot of game. So you came to the temple. There you found that devotees are also cheating you. So Maya, see, will play a lot of game, will try to distract you from devotion. Just be. Just Prabhupada says, catch my dhoti. Catch the dhoti and stand now. What is the problem? There may be some stages where you may feel, oh, let me run away from ISKCON. Why? Catch dhoti and stand. Automatically, when nishtha, that nishtha stage is crossed, then Krishna bestows. Because you are standing with an acharya. You are not standing just with an institution. You are standing with acharya's principles. Then Krishna bestows his mercy. So what is ISKCON? ISKCON is Srila Prabhupada's principles. So we are more interested in Prabhupada's principles. We are not more interested in having some position. One may have position, one may not be have position. But principles are more important than position. To take care of administration, position is given. So let the position be there. But one should not stick himself to the position. One should stick himself to the principles given by Srila Prabhupada. That is more important. Somebody was speaking when Prabhupada was there at the time in the Akli planet. The Leela was going on. At that time, somebody said, Prabhupada, we should have like this, like that. So much he was talking. Prabhupada said, you do one thing, give back my 40 rupees and take back your ISKCON. So he was talking so much, trying, this should be like this should set up like that. Prabhupada said, you don't have compassion. Give back my 40 rupees, take back your ISKCON. So Prabhupada was sticking to the principles given by his acharya. So parampara teachings are more important. So here when Naishtiki, this stage is attained, Nishtha, then what happens? Sada rajas tamo bhava kama lobhadayasche chetetaranavitam sitam sattve prasidati. Automatically, ruchi, that means the taste, because of rajas and tamas, I had rajasic taste, tamasic taste. All the taste goes away. And that is now, now what has replaced it? It has been replaced by the taste for Krishna, ruchi. Now then comes asakti. Evam asakti. So the asakti is, I should at least have become a dust in the lotus feet of Krishna. That much attachment happens. Attachment happens and evam prasanna manaso, because it's always peaceful. Why is peaceful? This is all bhava stage now. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha. Bhagavad tattva vijnanam mukta sanghasya jati is very much liberated. Mukta sanghasya jati is liberated from all the material miseries. And the bhava stage is like the ray of the sun. When you see the ray of the sun, you are sure that sun is going to rise. So bhava stage is just prior to prema stage. In the prema stage, what happens? Bhittate re granthis chiddante sarva samshaya. All the samshaya goes away. And the granthi, the knot, which is so difficult to cut. Here that is that granthi is given, granthi. Only by devotional service, the granthi is cut. So that granthi is cut, or that avidya is cut only when he reaches that stage of prema, where he can have Trishtavatmanisha. He is having darshan of Krishna, that much love for Krishna rises. But it started with Audav Shraddha only. It started with Shraddha stage, Bhava, Prema. So that is how Naishtiki, Nishtha in devotion, will automatically invoke Krishna's mercy. And Krishna's mercy flows through Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. 4. Okay, last. Hansrupi Prabhu, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This tight knot of false ego is due to ignorance. As long as one is ignorant about his identity, he is sure to act wrongly and therefore become entangled in material contamination. This ignorance of factual knowledge can also be dissipated by Krishna consciousness, as is confirmed in the Padma Purana as follows. Pure devotional service and Krishna consciousness is the highest enlightenment, and when such enlightenment is there, it is just like a blazing forest fire, killing all the inauspicious snakes of desire. The example is being given in this connection that where there is a forest fire, the extensive blazing automatically kills all the snakes in the forest. There are many snakes on the ground of the forest, and when a fire takes place, it burns the dried foliage, and the snakes are immediately attacked. Animals who have 4 legs can flee from the fire or can at least try to flee, but the snakes are immediately killed. Similarly, the blazing fire of Krishna consciousness is so strong that the snakes of ignorance are immediately killed. Hare Krishna.
Oh, okay. So in this way, Kleshagni, Aprarabdha Haratvam, Prarabdha Haratvam, Bijam Haratvam, that is material desires Haratvam, Avidya Haratvam has been spoken. Kleshagni, Shubhada. Shubhada means it's very auspicious. That we'll do tomorrow. Any questions you can ask? We'll go a little slowly in this chapter, because this chapter is a very important chapter. Characteristics of devotional service.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Mataji, what is the difference between Papam and Putam?
Papa means Bijam. In Papa, these are the 4 stages.
Yeah.
Bijam.
Bijam Putam.
Bijam means seed.
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Now that seed has to fructify the kutam. Effect of that seed. Now seed is going to fructify. So what are those things and by which the seed is fructified? By kutam. Okay. That will
Okay,
lead to
Mataji.
aprarabdham.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Okay, anyone else? Nainu is waiting. Nainu is going to tell some shloka. Nainu Puti.
Radha Krishna Giti. Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe Jaya Devi Pranadhanaye
Oh, Jaidev Pranadhana.
Jaya Devi Pranadhanaye Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Ratan Pranadhana He Sanatan Pranadhana He Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe Rupa Goswami Pranadhana He Rupa Goswami Pranadhana He Radha Nath Radha Gopinath Radhe Madhupati Pranadhana He Madhupati Pranadhana He Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe Jaya Goswami Pranadhana He Jiva Goswami Pranadhana He Jaya Radha Ramana Radhe Gopal Pranadhana He Gopal Bhatta Pranadhana He Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Now she had the fortune of visiting all the Goswami temples, 7 Goswami temples, where we have 12 deities belonging to 12 acharyas. So that is there in this song, Jai Radha, Radha, Madan Mohan, Sanatana Pranadhana.
Jai Radha Krishna Giti.
Jai Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. We'll end the